There we go. Okay.
All right, welcome everyone. So my name is Maria, and I would like to welcome you all to our webinar, Instagram as a Marketing Tool. Myself, along with Jessica and Dylan, have experience in social media, Instagram, and the best practices that businesses can use to promote themselves through these platforms. And now I would like to pass it off to Jessica, who will introduce our topics for the evening.
Well, hello everyone. We're excited that you're here with us today. And today's topics will be focused on first starting with Dylan with the PESO model, which is leveraging media types across Instagram. And I will be talking about content creation, CTAs, monetization, and engagement, the importance of quality reels, stories, and posts to attract new clients, reels monetization opportunities, benefits of using CTAs, understanding engagement on Instagram, and how to measure metrics. And Maria will be talking about influencer marketing, utilizing local and international influencers to market your brand.
Awesome. So I'm Dylan. My background is mostly in PR, and everything that's related to content marketing on Instagram is really to build relationships with existing and potential customers and clients. So the best way I think that we can start is using the PESO model. So it explores different media types that will help you to effectively market your content and keep the relationships you have with the clients and customers. So what is the PESO model? It is an acronym. It stands for Paid, Earned, Shared, Owned. It was created by Jeannie Dietrich. And each of these is its own media type. So we can look here. I made a little bit of a graph or chart, and it breaks it down. So if you look at paid, that an example of paid media would be Instagram ads. So Instagram ads, we've all probably seen these, something that is paid by a company to be put in front of you. And it is, usually they have high control over what that content is. The advantage of this is it on Instagram allows for huge measurability. According to MarketWatch, you can track demographics, how people click and engage with the ad, how much it's been seen, and a bunch of other stuff. The disadvantage of this is obviously we know when we see it, okay, they paid to have this in front of us, which kills credibility a little bit. And with credibility, I move to my next media type, earned. So this would be a linked article. So on Instagram, it might be a post that links to an external article on BuzzFeed or the Washington Post or wherever it's written. And it is about your product or service, and the article helps build credibility with those existing customers and clients, especially because it's not coming from you like paid media. It's really someone else talking about your product. And that's huge, having telling someone yourself, oh yeah, my product is good, is not as powerful as other people vouching for your product. So that's a big component. The disadvantage of earned media is it can be difficult to prompt people or organizations to write about your product or service without paying them. So it really does rely on your product or service being able to generate those stories. Then we go to shared. So shared focuses on social media. It's social media tactics. That's influencer partnerships. Again, huge advantage like earned media, where you're getting someone else to vouch for something, and the influencer partnerships don't come off as sort of audience awareness like as paid media. The advantage of this is influencers, as Maria will go into later, can target completely different audiences, based on what influencer you're choosing to represent your product or service. And the disadvantage, paid and earned media, an advertisement or an article, people are going to be able to engage with an Instagram post by an influencer or a story a lot more than they are an article or an advertisement. So that's good and bad. It leaves that opportunity for negative feedback. They could write comments. My tip, being in the PR industry, is to always engage those those customers and clients, because instead of building relationships with them, you can heal relationships. So it's always good to, DM them or do whatever you can to make them feel like heard and satisfied. And lastly, thank you for bearing with me, is owned media. So that's going to be your company's own Instagram accounts, anything that you are owning to put out there. Obviously, the advantage of this is control. So similar to paid media and an advertisement, you pretty much control the content that is being put out there. But instead of paid, this is free. So it's completely free. You control it. And the disadvantage of this is, unfortunately, it is only using what you have available to you, which is why you use the other 3 media types. So it's a small reach. You use those other 3 media types to reach beyond what you can just reach with what you own. So now that we've gone over, familiarized yourself with all 4 of the media types, I have a small activity that we can do. You can just put your answers in the chat. The first, there's 2 components here. So the first is a podcast. So I'm going to read 2 scenarios. So the first is, you've created a podcast that relates to your product or service in an attempt to build relationships with existing customers and clients, and you're sharing it on your company's own social media channels. What media type would this be? So I'll give you guys like 20, 30 seconds there to answer. You just put it right in the chat. All right, it seems like everyone got that one. That was kind of a freebie. So good job with that. Just wanted to make sure everyone, got the message. So yes, it is owned media. You're putting it on your own social channel. Even if it is a podcast, it is something that you're producing and you are, putting out there, you're distributing. So the next is BuzzFeed. So BuzzFeed has written an article that includes your product or service and has posted about it on their account, linking to an article. What media type would this be? You can just put it right in the chat. Yep, so I'm seeing earned media, earned. Yep. So this would be earned media. They are writing an article about you. You didn't pay them to do so. So that is correct. So yeah, now I'm going to be handing it over to Jessica. Thank you everyone for listening to the Peso model.
Hello, everyone. So I'm super excited to talk about content creation, CTAs, monetization, and engagement, and how that is important to your brand or small business when it comes to Instagram marketing. Next slide, please. So before I get into this really fun video that illustrates creativity in original content creation for Instagram, particularly for Reel stories and posts, I want to start off by saying that content is king. Content is everything when it comes to social media in general, but specifically for Instagram, because it can make or break your brand. So talking a little bit about taking advantage of making high quality content, I want to emphasize that original content has been shown to increase conversions into sales. So a lot of these people that go to your page and they follow you, or they just go to your platform because they like the images that you shared or the videos that you created, they're basically going for that main purpose because you're creating something original, creative that they've never seen before. So it brings them back to your page frequently. So that's why it's important to not only create original content, but make sure that it's high quality. And tying to original content, that will also cultivate loyal customers and consumers. Why? Because they take you seriously when they know that you're not just sharing someone else's content when it comes to imaging and videos on social media. Your brand will gain increased visibility as a result of quality images and videos. And please, please don't forget that music or sound matters. You want to ensure that the music or the sound that you're adding to your video content is appealing and commercial, and it's tailored to your brand or business. Edits and transitions are important when it comes to videos because you want to ensure that nothing is lagging, that it looks professional, especially if it is promoting your small business or businesses in general. Lighting and filtering as well matters. I personally like natural lighting. I wouldn't focus too much on filtering, especially when it comes to videos. And now, without further ado, please take a look at this video that will give you some key tips on how to create original creative content for Instagram. All right, well, we'll enjoy that. Now we're going on to our next topic, which is CTAs. So oftentimes people wonder what CTAs are, and it's simply a call to action. It is a marketing term utilized with the objective of telling people what to do. When people go to your platform and they're seeing that you're promoting this new product or service, you don't want to leave them in limbo. You want them to subscribe. You want them to follow you. You want them to purchase a product. So it's very important that when you post on Instagram, that you are telling the users going to your platform what to do. A call to action is very important for many reasons. And oftentimes when you post on your stories or create your reels, you can add a link, a button where it says click here. And right next to in the slide, you can see some CTAs ideas that you can write down and use for your Instagram account, and that will help you out tremendously. In addition to that, you're also prompting and promoting a project or a service. Let's just say that you're launching a new website, or you're adding a new product, or you have a promotion or a giveaway. You have to illustrate that through your CTA, because if not, people won't know. Oftentimes it becomes unappealing to users that go to your Instagram account, don't see a CTA and see that you're promoting something, but are left on limbo. If you add a really good CTA, I can promise you that it will not only convert these followers into customers and potential sales, but they will also drive new followers to your Instagram account. That's ultimately what you want to do. Some good call to action to get customers to act and benefits of these is building up your audience by collecting social media follower information through subscriptions and engaging with them in the comments. In addition to that, it adds purpose to your marketing because it's giving them a clear idea of what exactly it is that you would like them to do when they go and visit your Instagram page. It gives customers the clarity on what it is that you want from them as a business person or a brand. And it is important that you add a good call to action because you want an after effect after they have digested your content. In addition to that, it pushes prospects along the buying journey process, and it makes it easy and less confusing for them. And again, our favorite part, you want those leads to be converted into sales and obviously make money out of it. On to the next slide, please. Oh, my favorite part of this presentation, money, money, money. Monetization on your Instagram account can take many forms. So for example, if you are a small business that owns a boutique, I recommend that you create an Instagram shop. Use your Instagram shop to also add apparel, for example, of things that you don't have on your website, so you can give it that exclusivity and you're not just sharing the same content on both platforms. This might increase sales, and also it will bring new audiences also to your website. If they see that in your shop, they find something appealing, they just might want to see more. Also, an important suggestion is that you can sell all apparel or inventory that you no longer have on your website, but that you have right there stored in inventory you want to get rid of. If your images are copyrighted, you can also sell this on Instagram or even add it on your merch. You can also earn through collaborations, which Maria will get into that a little bit later on when it comes to influencer marketing. And of course, you can monetize your content. And just keep in mind that you won't make money on Instagram just easily, just because you create good content and it's creative and appealing, but it's also based on views. So to give you some ideas of how you can monetize your Instagram content, take a look at this video I have for you.
Tips on how to make money on Instagram. It's important to keep in mind that Instagram is another great medium to sell your own products and services besides your website. You can also get paid by Instagram Creator Fund, although this is an invitation-only opportunity sent to certain people on Instagram to monetize their content. Even if you meet the criteria, you may still have to apply in the professional dashboard. Nevertheless, although not everyone gets invited, it's still a great additional way to make revenue on this platform for the content you are already creating. Create subscriber content only, a new feature recently added by Instagram that enables users to